This Could Get Dicey is a D&D podcast about dudes being bros. What adventures will they get into? Only time will tell. Like the name suggests, this podcast could get dicey. Content warnings can be found in the episode description. Hello, and welcome to This Could Get Dicey, a D&D podcast where a group of buds get to unwind from their 9-to-5s and step into the world of Drew Gala. My name is Destiny Nieto, I play Loomis Bjorn, and before things get a little too dicey, I just like to say it's a beautiful day to just rest your eyes and then take a 3-hour nap.
Yeah.
Same. Super same. I did that today.
I feel like we've talked about
Did you-
naps before on the, but
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
just gonna bring it up again because it's a beautiful day, you know?
Did you wake up feeling good from this 3-hour nap?
I woke up a little confused because, again, I was just resting my eyes. But no, overall, worth it. Not the groggy, because I was a little bit scared because it was right before this, not right before we started recording, but nap happened day of recording. I was like, damn, I really don't want to have a nap and then just be like in a grump mood. But no, it was great.
I was gonna take a nap, and that was part of the dilemma too. I was like, I missed the window where it would have been like reasonable to then wake up and nap, or to then wake up and record. And so I was like, no nap, I guess.
I fell asleep on the couch in the middle of the afternoon, and then Olivia woke me up, and she was like, I'm going to play Baldur's Gate. And I was just like, okay. And if I had stayed awake, I would have still been grumpy. But then I went upstairs, and I went back to sleep for another hour. And then I woke up, and I'm like, let's make dinner.
Nice.
Let's get it popping.
I don't know how y'all do this. Every nap is a grumpy nap for me.
Most are.
Okay.
The best naps to me are the ones where you're like, I'm gonna go nap, and then you kind of just like lay down for 20 minutes, and then you
don't actually fall asleep.
You never really fall asleep, and then you're like, we're good.
I agree. If you just never, because it usually takes me half an hour to fall asleep. So if I only have half an hour to nap, then I just like lie there for 30 minutes, which like ultimately like I am still giving my body a moment to like rest and like chill. I'm just like not entering the REM cycle, and that's the enemy.
This is called like mindfulness. I do mindfulness where I'm like conscious but not present.
Like
I do it during meetings and stuff, you know, like
Yeah.
Yeah, but that implies that you're doing it purposefully, and I'm not. I'm like, I'm tired and I want to go lay down.
Wasn't that
that's
purpose?
mindful. Yeah, that's purposeful.
But I'm not purposely being like, I'm being mindful.
I don't know. A lot of my mindfulness practice is like I'm on TikTok.
I'm being mindful. Hi, my name is Alex Villarreal. I play Ellis Vendove, and it's a beautiful day to remember the Titans.
Yes.
Did you watch it?
I watched Remember the Titans last night.
It's such
dude.
a good movie.
It's a good one.
Dude, I'm going to say one thing. 23.
You can't talk.
23 blast with a backside George reverse. Do you hear me? A fake 23 blast with a backside George reverse like your life depended on it. And then he goes out and rev, and he has a broken head, and they do a trick play, and Denzel Washington doesn't like trick plays, but they do it, and they win state, and then Gary dies in a car wreck.
No, that's not what happened.
He does die in a car wreck.
He does.
He gets in one car wreck, and then and then it's just like, and then older Hayden Panettiere is like, and 10 years later, Gary died, and that's why we're all back here today.
That's a good movie.
That's a very good movie.
It holds up so well.
Didn't we watch it when the Quidditch team all went to my dad's place and we watched it that night?
Yeah, we watched it on a lot of Quidditch. Yes, Becky and Destiny and I played on the Quidditch team, everyone.
I thought we've talked about this before.
I don't know if we've talked about this, but we did. But we don't stand turfs here, just so everyone knows. But we did play on the Quidditch team.
Sorry, it's called quad ball now in order to distance ourselves from her.
Yeah, we did pretty well. But yes, I do remember we watched Remember the Titans several times, actually, like
Right.
many times.
Probably every time.
It is like, it is so start to finish. It is a good movie, and I haven't seen it in years. And I was like sitting there mouthing like more quotes than I usually do during films. I'm like, God, I love this movie.
What's it streaming on? Where'd you watch it?
Oh God,
it's a Disney movie. It's Disney Plus.
Oh well,
It's a Disney movie?
It is called Disney Remember the Titans 2000.
you can tell by the cover.
Wow.
It's like
Pre 9/11, we were a happier country.
Yes.
We were ready to be inspired.
Okay. I didn't know we were making this kind of connection between film and 9/11.
I make a lot of connections.
Everything's pretty much rooted.
That one day. In terms of media, in terms of like film and TV, I'm just like, pre 9/11.
Oh, sunshine. Oh, there's so many quotes in that movie. I quote on like a weekly basis, probably. Hi, I'm Kenny Chilton, and I'm playing Emil Mazak, and it's a beautiful day to bundle up.
Yeah.
Get all comfy cozy.
Yeah, it's 15 degrees or whatever. I don't know. It's very cold outside when we're recording this.
What did you say?
It's
58?
21.
I said 15, but
Oh,
21. Okay. Yeah,
It's like 70 degrees outside right now.
It's a chilly 70. No, we like could not. We were home one day this weekend with the kids and almost lost our minds, so we had to go out today, even though it was very cold. But it was nice, like putting on jackets and hats and stuff. And we went to IKEA. It's just nice to like
IKEA.
get everyone in your jackets.
Do you guys have like fort days with the kids?
Oh yeah, we've done forts before. We need to do more. They actually just discovered today before we recorded, under this couch behind me, there is like a tent, like a play tent that has like wooden sticks to build and stuff. And they just found it, so I think we're gonna whip it out tomorrow. But yeah, we've done like forts in the living room and stuff.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, that's what you could do on a nice cold day.
Mm-hmm.
It's mad cold.
I got my fire on in the background.
You do have your fire in the background.
But I took my socks off just now because I wanted to feel how cold the floor was.
But
It's keeping me awake,
My socks are off.
Keeping me on my toes.
okay, real
Socks
quick.
are off, short sleeve.
Socks on or socks off? Like sock people or not sock people?
Oh God, I hate wearing socks.
Oh, I typically hate wearing socks, but right now I have socks on because it's a little chilly. I also have shorts on, so it was like to balance.
Same.
Mm-hmm. Or like a balance.
But actually, you sock
confused.
person?
No, I like to not wear socks. I either like to wear I've become like a boot guy, so I either want to be wearing boots or I want to be barefoot. I don't want to just have socks on.
I am learning, just like milk drinkers, sock wearers are also a rare species. So I am an enigma. I wear socks, and I especially wear socks to bed.
That's sin.
That's like sleep paralysis. That's like sleep paralysis, like 101 for me. If I have socks on, I'm gonna see the Hat Man, and he's going to choke me to death.
If I sweat a tiny bit, which I do a lot when I'm sleeping, my socks will get wet. What if I wet the bed because I have wet socks on?
I'll wear socks to sleep, and they'll be off by the morning.
Okay, 1, Destiny, you need better socks. 2, Kenny, I don't know what's going on with your feet sweat. That's a lot. That they get damp. 3, I need to put it in my dating profile. Must be okay with me wearing socks to bed.
If we're like a microcosm of society, the four of us, a fourth of people wearing socks it's not a little
so
bit.
Bad.
Yeah.
I like taking naps in. I took my nap today in my jeans. I love a jean nap.
Oh no.
See, exactly.
No,
so we all
and
have
I don't think 25% of people do that.
You're wrong on that one. That was just wrong.
Hey, you know what, Becky? I was just trying to, be like solidarity. We all have little things.
No,
but I guess jeans is
don't
where
put
we.
Socks are literally comfort. Jeans are not.
Jeans are so comfortable. I love my denim. I love jeans.
Rockabye baby blue jeans.
I'm wearing jeans. They're black.
You're wearing black jeans right now?
Yeah, dude, I'm vibing.
You
I'm
could be
loving my
wearing
life right now.
Sweatpants.
too hot, and I feel too, like, when I put on a pair of jeans, especially when we record, I feel like, but if I put on sweatpants, I literally feel like, well, I don't give a fuck. I'm in sweatpants.
I almost wore a suit tonight.
It changes my...
Yeah.
We are.
Dude, for real, I almost put on my wedding suit. Like...
Yeah. If I hadn't discovered grain weevils in my pantry tonight, I would have been wearing a suit right now.
Dang, grain weevils. That's not fun. Hi, everyone. My name is Becky Schrader. I am the game master for This Could Get Dicey, and it's a beautiful day to make homemade biscuits.
How'd they turn out?
Really good. I made blueberry biscuits. I forget that, like, biscuits are...
A vessel?
Well, yes, but no. A vessel for butter. Yeah.
Sent from God.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that, like, I feel like a southern biscuit can sometimes just be like this big honkin' piece of bread that's been torn away from another honkin' piece of bread is a biscuit. Instead of, like, you know, like you put in your head, like, the Pillsbury dough, like, biscuits,
Like
which are, like,
flaky...
perfectly cut round separated from everybody else kind of thing. But yeah, these ones I'm just like, that's a big honking piece of biscuit.
Becky's a true Southerner.
Yeah.
Just like a real down south.
It's in my blood. That's why half the characters on this dang podcast have a Southern accent, probably.
That's true. It's scary how fast I can slip into it.
Ugh,
if I'm not thinking.
Yeah.
It's inside us all. I'm notoriously a non-biscuit lover.
Why?
I normally find them like too dry, like if I go to Whataburger for breakfast, I'm never getting like a biscuit-based breakfast sandwich. Like, I love a bun-based breakfast sandwich if I have the option.
A
breakfast sandwich.
A Whataburger breakfast sandwich.
And every time I go to Whataburger, I have that exact explanation. I'm like, normally I don't like a biscuit.
Tell that to them too.
Sir, what do you want?
I like a bun.
I mean, but like, that's like a fast food biscuit. Well, I'm not, because like sometimes fast food biscuits do be slapping.
Popeyes.
So like that's no like knock against all of them, but like a homemade biscuit versus a fast food biscuit, there's a difference.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's definitely a difference. I just ultimately, I think like if I say I'm like, you know, at eating like a Grand Slam type breakfast and I have choice of like English muffin, toast, or biscuit, I'm going English muffin or toast.
I thought you were gonna go real hard and say just toast. And I was like,
I do love just toast.
I've seen the biscuits you make, Becky. They look like small asteroids, like in a good way. Like,
yeah.
I would
These
fuck that thing.
Drag her.
No, these ones were alarming. I'm gonna be honest. These ones, I was like, what's happening here? Like,
did you see that? It was like a 9-inch pie tin. And
it was
like six biscuits.
They told me to cook it that way, and because usually I just put them on a tray, and I was like, I'll try putting them in a tin because, like, I don't know, that would probably help them like rise together. And sure enough, that's what happened. But yeah, but that was like, I made a little moon.
Yeah.
They're tasty, and I'm gonna have more for breakfast because. One last thing about blueberry biscuits. Did anybody ever have the Pillsbury blueberry biscuits growing up?
No, I don't think so.
It's deep nostalgia in my head. Part of me even wonders if they ever were real or if they were Mandela thing.
Yeah.
But it was like in the 90s, that was like our like Christmas morning, blueberry biscuits. Thanksgiving morning, blueberry biscuits. Easter, blueberry biscuits, that kind of thing.
We would do the cinnamon rolls with the orange icing because that's what my grandpa liked, and I was always just like, sucks.
We do cinnamon rolls now, but never the orange icing.
The orange icing, I'm just like, why are we doing this? This sucks.
Anyways, y'all ready to play some Dungeons and Dragons?
Woo!
Goodbye,
Hold on, I'm taking off my socks.
That's what I'm talking. Woo, 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 woo.
Hold on, I'm putting on more socks. Last we left off, our adventurers were on the big day of the ball and had a few errands left to run. Emil walked Kara to work and informed her of the assassin Raya, as well as the plot against Maiden Vanbor's life. Loomis went to pick up Salda and Angel from school and learned more about Angel and her social life. Loomis also requested aid from the kids with decorating of their spear so they could be sure to get it into the ball. Emil and Ellis had a spa day preparing and pampering themselves before the evening's festivities. And then the Squirrel's Foolies then headed out early and scouted the premises to devise a plan for getting Anoxus's friends into the ball. You all met with them, informed them of the plan to make them invisible and get them in through the service entrance. They informed you they would only speak to friends of Anoxus. And that is where we find you all about a block or two away from the Urnok estate with Anoxus's friends by your side. And Alex, what is Ellis feeling in this moment, seeing these two, next to him, realized and waiting?
Specifically going off of what they said the last episode was that they wanted to be free from Noxus. Definitely put Ellis off a little bit, and kind of jumping off from that moment. Ellis will ask them, so do y'all even know who y'all are? Do y'all know who y'all are trying to kill tonight?
Yes.
You want to go ahead and just say their name really quick, just so we can both know that we both are here for the same reasons?
Maiden Vambor.
And what is... Do you talk about yourselves like y'all don't really remember much. Do y'all know y'all's relation to Maiden Vanborn?
It is but a lingering feeling inside of us that we have a relation.
What do y'all mean when y'all say that y'all want to be free from Noxus? He kind of told me that this is like what y'all want to do. Is this what y'all want to be doing right now?
Yes, we were saved by Noxus, but it's caused us to have to do his bidding, and this is our opportunity to be free of that he has given us this opportunity. But it is also what we desire to do.
And what is, do y'all know what will happen to y'all once y'all are free?
I suppose our souls will leave this body for good?
Well, I mean, I was hoping for that answer. So, yeah, I think that's kind of what y'all, okay, just a quick little game, play-by-play. Y'all don't remember much, but you know you want to kill this fool. Noxus saved you. And now y'all just want to be like free so you can go float away into the astral plane and be little souls floating in the sea forever.
Yes.
Oh, I can fuck with it. I like kind of look at Emil and Loomis. I'm like, makes sense to me.
They can't hear that.
We don't know what makes sense to you.
What are you talking? We've just been standing here.
We said in the last episode that I'm like letting y'all know what they say.
We're trying to role play.
I'm not. I repeat everything back to them.
Yeah, it's fine as long as it doesn't get in our way. For sure.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay, cool. So, I like go to my little sending stone and I like turn it. I make sure it's just like on, and I'm like, okay, are we ready to? I'll have like as I'm talking to these guards and stuff. I'll also be like talking to y'all, so y'all can hopefully hear what I'm saying. As we're talking, if we get separated, I'll just meet you inside. I'm gonna try to meet y'all back. Like I'm gonna try not to get separated from y'all. But
should we have a place we meet afterwards if we get separated? Like once everything's over.
Here.
How about right here in this alleyway?
Okay.
Well, I mean, like, I don't want to meet at like Emil's house.
No, of course
me
not.
neither. I agree.
No, I just thought we should establish it so we don't just assume we go somewhere.
Okay, how about this? If things are like chill and we get separated and we need to meet somewhere, we'll meet right here. If things are bad and one of us is like running and like we gotta lose some people or whatever, let's meet behind the suit shop place that we went to. That's like just like a little bit further away, and that could be a rendezvous point. But we have our sending stones, so hopefully hopefully we can all be in, reconnaissance with each other.
Okay, this is good. So this is the chill spot, and the finery is the everything's gone to shit spot.
And I would say let's come up with a safe word, but that never works. So just, if something goes bad, just say that's gone bad.
Yeah, code words are not good if something's going wrong. Just be explicit.
Super descriptive. Okay, I look at the horse people, and I'm like, are y'all ready?
They're offended because they're donkeys.
Someone watched the new season of Bluey where they confused a donkey and a horse.
We are ready.
Okay. This is what you're going to do. I want you to follow me until we get to the door, and then I'm going to distract the guards, and once I'm distracting the guards, just go. Just go. You got it?
Okay.
Cool. I am going to use Mask of Many Faces, and I'm going to change my outfit to look like a caterer, just like one of the workers I saw. Just a simple like white shirt, black tie, black pants, black shoes. My face, I want to look like a human man that's maybe 10 years older than me with like short black hair. Like I want to look as like further away from Ellis as like possible without changing my body size. I want to keep my build just because of how Mask of Many Faces works. Nothing fancy. I just want to look like a normal 40-year-old guy. All right, y'all. I'll meet you out front.
Sounds good.
All right. And I turn to the donkey people. I'm like, let's roll, players. And I will cast invisibility at a third level.
Third level, okay.
So I get to cast it on one or more people. And as I'm casting it, I say, look, if y'all fucking hurt somebody or cast a spell or do an action or like cause harm to anybody or cast a spell, this will drop. So don't do any of that shit until you're inside. All right, let's go. And I touch their shoulders and whoop.
Okay. We're gonna add a mechanic as you play through this, because invisibility is a concentration spell. So I know you're not planning on dropping it until you either hear the word or they break it themselves. But as you go through this, like if you're talking to people and drinking and at a party, I imagine you're maybe not so consciously thinking about invisibility.
Absolutely.
So we'll add that in as we kind of see fit.
As far as Ellis is concerned, the second that they are inside, my deal is done. So if it like Ellis's head is at like they could walk in there, accidentally like hit somebody, drop invisibility, get arrested immediately. Don't care. I fulfilled my end of the bargain. So touch their shoulders, they go invisible. All right, I'll meet y'all back here. Hopefully in like 5-10 minutes. Hopefully it won't take that long. And if not, I'll meet you inside. I'll let you know vis-a-vis sending stone. I start frantically kind of jogging and like breathing like heavily as I'm like jogging my way towards like the side service entrance.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll a performance check.
Oh, there it is. Starting off strong, that's a 19 plus 6, 25.
Okay. I'm also going to have our little buddies here roll stealth checks with advantage because they're invisible, just as they like keep up with you.
Great.
They have a +8 to stealth.
Wonderful.
First one rolled a 21. Second one rolled an 18. So
Very nice.
You all, you make your way kind of up to the service gate. They kind of see you. They see you. Like one of the guards is like, "Oh, can I help you? The caterers are supposed to get here like hours ago."
I'm so sorry. I got sent on a mission to pick up some last minute groceries and I'm late. I'm so sorry, but I need to get in there. Has the party started yet?
Yeah. Some guests have started to arrive, but I guess get in there. Yeah. So
fuck. Well, like kind of to play it up more. I'm like, have you seen the manager? Sorry, it's like my second day, and I've forgotten his name, but is he? Does he look mad? Does he look stressed out?
Oh, Jimbo.
Okay. I kept calling him Rimbo, and I think that pissed him off.
You don't want to call Jimbo anything other than Jimbo. So you better get in there before you piss him off any bit more. I mean, of course he's frantic. It's the big day of the event, and as the sort of like Lady Ernock has appointed him as like the festivity sort of organizer. While you better get in there, dude.
As we're talking, do I see like a door? Like I'm kind of like side eyeing the door. Do I see like the door like sort of like open, close, like?
I kind of imagine you're at like you've kind of snuck your way past the main gate, kind of like gone in with the crowd through the main gate of the grounds, and then you kind of made your way to the side, and I imagine there's kind of like a gate there too, like a small gate to kind of like keep just like one, privacy, two, just sort of block off that part of the house. And so you've kind of gone in through that gate, and I think you're now kind of in like a little courtyard in which people are moving stuff in and out, taking out trash and like moving like linens around. And so like the door's kind of like a revolving, it's not an actual revolving door, but the door is like being flung open and closing and opening all the time.
Okay. Am I able to, if I had any sense of like where, I know obviously they're invisible, but like if I have any sense of like where they are, because I would hope that like I cast a spell, maybe I could like maybe vibe out where they are. Like I don't care if it's a high DC, but like can I notice if they've made their way inside yet?
Roll perception, and we'll say with advantage, since you probably have like some inkling of like where your magic lives, and then on top of that, like what you're listening for with these two. So,
I rolled an 8 and a 9. I'm gonna re-roll with a luck point.
Okay.
I'm so nervous. That was a 17 plus 7 for a 24.
Okay, they are like right on you, like getting through that gate that the guard was watching. They kind of had to like get right on top of you almost, and were like hovering right behind you to get in with you. And so they are like right on your tail right now.
When the guard tells me like I should get inside, I'm just like okay. And then like through the sending stone, I say, I guess it's time to go inside and start my shift now. And I slowly make my way inside, and like as I get to the door, I go, I'm like holding the door open, and I'm talking to the guards, and I'm like, thanks so much for being understanding and for being so nice to me on my second day of work. And like letting the horse people go through.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. I mean, I guess like have fun working the thing, the event.
Happy Hallowmoon, and I go inside.
Is the nature of the sending stone? Can other people hear it, or only the person who is like holding it?
I don't know.
Is it a walkie-talkie, or is it like sending as in like it's in my head?
I think we were saying it was walkie-talkie at one point.
We've usually played it where, like, if you use a sending stone, like, when you cast sending, you have to say the words out loud, I believe. So, like, I kind of imagine, like, as I'm talking, okay, I'm casting sending to y'all.
Great.
Just, like, over and over and over again.
That's good to know for later.
Yes.
So we're saying walkie-talkie?
Yeah, I like walkie-talkie.
Okay, cool. Okay, I look at Loomis and say, all right, your spear looks great. Let's walk ourselves in. I don't know why I'm so nervous. I've been to so many of these things. I just walk in like normal.
I thought we were waiting for Ellis to walk in as a party.
No, he just said he's going in already.
Oh.
He's going to meet us in there, I guess, because he's going in.
Okay.
I guess is there a queue forming at the gate?
Yes. So yeah, as you all walk up to like the front of the estate, you can see how it was possible for Ellis to kind of sneak through here because there's quite a large crowd, and this isn't really where they're even like checking the invitations or anything. They're kind of just like funneling people through the gate, and then they're checking tickets kind of like further in. But there's carriages coming through, like big, large, grand carriages. There's people walking in. There's a big queue of people sort of making their way inside. Inside the grounds at least, and then it's still like, you know, a little bit of a walk up to the house itself.
Yeah, as we're walking, Loomis just tries to make small talk, I guess. Are you close with these people? Like, do you have business with them?
I don't know, Becky, if the Urnoks, because the Urnoks are like big deals in Venzor, you said, right?
Yes.
And one of the daughters is betrothed to someone from somewhere else?
That's not official yet. That was the rumor that Elmond Marguerite was saying on the book.
That's right. Okay.
I
guess how well do I know them, though? I don't know.
Yeah, the Urnok family is prominent as they are an old family, but additionally, Lysith Urnok is a representative to Venzor. Her focus is on the culture within Venzor and growing it as sort of the epicenter for music and art, writing, and fashion. So it's kind of like everybody who's anybody, however that phrase goes, whatever, they're going to be here tonight, because she's trying to like show off like the culture of Venzor basically at these parties.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say you've like rubbed shoulders because I think there's probably like, you know, larger council meetings in which they invite like business owners and like, you know, figureheads within the city to come and like hear what's going on and voice any opinions. So I'm sure you've like spoken with her. I wouldn't say that you're like close or like know her that well.
Just Lysith, she's, I mean, like anyone who's anyone knows her. She's cool.
Like cool enough for you to talk to them, like go up and say hey, or just since
absolutely.
you have a business?
At least to thank them, you know, like absolutely. And one thing I'll drop to a whisper. One thing I want to make sure that we do is when we go to the garden to see who's meeting with Elizabeth, I want us to have like an alibi, someone who's there with us to be like, this is why we were out there, you know. So that I thought, you know, congratulations on the engagement might be a good one to like take a walk or like to talk about your business, Venzor's Villagers, which I forgot to tell you, that's the name I came up with for your business idea, Venzor's Villagers.
Oh, you're running with it?
It's so good, Loomis. I don't think you realize how good it is. But it's also a great alibi because there's a good business pitch. So, you know, that could be one, you know, one reason we're out there.
Okay, so I guess I have to pitch Venzor's Villagers to this highbrow
I'm happy
person.
to take it. Also, I'm happy to take the idea and run with it, in a selfish way too. Like I'll run the business.
Okay. Can I have a percentage of it?
We'll talk.
Greetings, weary traveler. You look tired. Come sit by this campfire and rest your feet. Thank you so much for listening to This Could Get Dicey. It means a lot that you're here. We put a lot of time into this podcast, so the fact that you've made it all the way to episode 39 rocks. If you happen to be listening to this on Apple Podcasts, hey, maybe write a review like this one from KRS1693. They say this podcast is an easy listen but tons of fun. They're new to Dungeons and Dragons and they found it super easy to follow along. The DM is creative and engaging. The players bring so much life to their characters and they highly recommend it. Damn, thanks KRS1693. That means a lot. If you happen to be listening to this on any other podcast app that leaves like ratings or whatever, drop one. We'd love to hear from you. You can also follow us on our socials at TCGDpod on Instagram and TikTok. We do funny videos. We do serious videos. We do D&D. We do giveaways. You can find out more about us. Come hang out. Anyways, thank you so much for listening, and let's get back to the episode.
You all continue your way through the grounds under the large stretch of trees that sort of create an archway through like a tunnel of sorts that leads up to the house. The path sort of wraps around fountains as you see people getting out of their carriages and being helped up to the grand stairs. And on these like large, you know, granite, limestone, I don't know, we make everything out of limestone in Texas, so I don't know what people use elsewhere. But up these like large stairs that lead up to large stone stairs that lead up to this house, you can see that this is where people are kind of like getting their tickets checked, and they're sort of like being welcomed in and escorted through the doors.
Great, yeah, we'll try to get inside.
Great. Yeah, you walk up to the stairs, and there's like some like more dapper looking individuals. They're like guards, sort of bouncers, but they're, you know, still very like fashionable bouncers, I would say, or like very, very fashionable sort of like people who would like announce you into a hall. Good evening, welcome to the Hallowmoon Ball tonight at the Enoch Estate. May I see your invitations to the Hallowmoon Ball?
Here you go.
Yeah, Loomis hands them theirs as well.
He pulls out a pair of like tiny little spectacles that sit at the very bottom of like his nose. Yes, welcome to the Hallowmoon Ball. Please enjoy yourselves tonight.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Oh, God. We walk past him. Oh, God. First obstacle down.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about my invitation.
I'm glad those weren't like magical spectacles because, I mean, wow. We did it.
It kind of feels like it was more for show than security.
Absolutely. We for sure could have just like blended into a crowd, I think, walking in here, but now we belong here. Let's find our friend.
So yeah, you all make your way into the entrance hall, or like into the main entrance hall, and we'll cut back to Ellis, who is now within the sort of like kitchen area of the estate, and you see a short goblin man in the middle, sort of like barking orders at everybody. Hey, get that upstairs! Get the ham upstairs to the ice statue. Yeah, it needs to cool down next to the ice statue. No one likes hot meat on a cold day. That don't make no sense.
Damn, you really made up this whole character and everything, huh?
I got strong feelings about hot meat.
He's wearing socks on his feet.
Yeah, no shoes.
Got a biscuit in one hand, socks on his feet.
Yeah, chomping on a biscuit. I said, I want the meat on the ice sculpture. No hot meat tonight, everybody. Hey, you! And he points at you, Ellis. Where have you been?
Sorry, sir. I'm late, sir. What could I do?
I bark. Did you not just hear me? We need the hot meat to get cooled down on the ice sculpture. There's a nice bed of ice, and I need you to put the hot meat on the bed of ice.
You got it, sir. I'll go right away, and I go and I grab the hot meat and I pick it up, and I say I'll be right back, sir.
Do just another performance check as you.
He's about to walk into a bathroom or something. He has no idea where he's going.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
15.
Hey, that is not the upstairs. Are you new here or something?
Yes, it's my second day. I apologize, sir.
He walks up to you, and he's short. Like, he's, like, like not even 3 feet tall, probably. Hey, come down here. Come on down.
Yes, sir.
I need you to not fuck up tonight, okay? This is a big deal.
Yes, sir.
And you were about to take that hot meat.
Hot meat?
Into the bathroom.
I'm sorry.
And would that have been a good idea? And is that what I requested?
One might argue that might be the worst possible idea.
That's very good of you. Okay, now you see these stairs right here.
Yes.
In which all of your comrades are walking up and down with hot meat that's ready to be cooled down.
Hot meat.
Beverages, shrimp, cheeses. Quiches. I had to bring it back. Okay, you see your comrades, though. You are going to take the hot meat, go up those stairs, you will not miss the main hall in which there is that bed of ice. Do you got it now?
Hot meat, bed of ice.
Yes, right.
Hey, I look at him. I'm like, I will not fail you, sir.
And what's your name, boy? The DM turns the tables. This is my moment.
Carl.
Okay, Carl. You're going to do okay tonight, okay?
Gonzalez.
Okay, Carl Gonzalez? Okay. You're going to do okay tonight, boy, okay? Do not take meat into a bathroom.
Hey. Asked and ordered. Done and dusted. And I pick up the meat. I go, cold! And I run up the stairs.
You see the goblin, like wipe his hands. He's like, okay, Carl. Hey, guys, Carl's a good boy. All right? We got a good one tonight. And everyone's like, yes, chef!
Yeah. Yo, chef!
And as I'm running, I'm like, corner, behind! Corner!
As it's just a straight staircase up.
I'm spinning around. It's corner, behind!
Go ahead and roll a concentration check on your invisibility as you have been berated to bring hot meat to a cold bed of ice. Strange request.
Concentration. I didn't take any damage, so am I just trying to beat a 10?
Yes.
Okay, great, cool. That is, I'm gonna use. I will use a luck point.
Okay.
That's 2 already, boy.
Okay.
Dang.
2 already. That was a natural 1. I will use a luck point. That is a 3 plus. You said so that's just my spell attack modifier, right?
It's a constitution.
It's a constitution.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's probably worse then.
Saving throw. It's a constitution
absolutely
saving
worse.
throw.
It's a saving throw.
That's a 5.
Dear God.
Okay.
We just got here.
You are running up the stairs with your hot meat having gotten berated by Jimbo the goblin, and you make it to the top of the stairs. You see that the top of the stairs kind of like splits left and right. The right kind of like leads to what you assume to be like bedrooms and offices and libraries and things, and to the left you can like hear the murmur of the crowd. And as you make your way and you're like, okay, we got the meat, we're ready to go, you turn, and as you're like turning left to head towards the main hall, you see running up the stairs behind you, no longer invisible, are your 2 donkey-headed friends.
In my head, I just say, not my friends, and I just like beeline it, focused, do not acknowledge them, go to the left, go to the main floor. In my mind, I probably even say, like whisper under my breath, I go, Noxus, I did my end of the bargain. I got, like, in Ellis's mind, he got them inside. Whatever happens to them after this point, literally do not care. I go to the left, and I go to take the hot meat to the ice.
Okay.
I think also in Ellis's mind, too, like, them kind of being, like, Ellis would be more frightened, but, they are these weird, mindless husk shells who literally don't want to talk to anybody that isn't a friend of Noxus. So, like, I'm just like, they're only communicating telepathically with people they trust. They don't trust anybody in here. They'll probably just get stabbed to death, and that's okay. And I'm done.
Okay. You headed to the main hall. Your donkey-headed friends kind of looking a little shocked for a moment that their invisibility is dropped, but now they're behind you and you don't see what's going on. You get into like the large grand hall where the ball is happening. There's music playing, and you can see that there's entertainers, and Loomis and Emil, you're kind of seeing this at the same time as you all sort of come in through. There's like a balcony that overlooks before there's like a grand staircase that leads down into this hall, and you're seeing entertainers, and you're seeing large buffets of food and ice sculptures everywhere, and you do see a bed of ice with hot meat that is now cooling.
Just wait till you get your hands on this frigid hand. Oh, you don't eat. I'm so sorry. Maybe 200 years ago, you would have really enjoyed this.
Fine. Why is it hot and then put on a cold bed of ice?
It's like that personal touch, that like one more step, there's just that one more degree of care. They cooked it, and then they brought it back to the ideal temperature. So it's safe to eat, but it's also like the perfect temperature for just slurping it on down, I guess.
Yep.
As I'm placing the meat there, I turned to them, and I said, Jimbo, the head bitch in charge, loves cold meat.
Excuse me, the help is not supposed to talk to the guests.
God damn it.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
Get out of here.
I look at them. I'm like, I changed right in front of you, assholes.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Once you're in the uniform, I just.
Oh, I knew who you are, but maybe we shouldn't know the help.
Hey, really quick, the way y'all are talking to service workers right now is making me really reconsider ever wanting to talk to either of you ever again.
I like in the sending stone, even though we're like just so Ellis can hear. We're clearly putting on a show. We're not.
You don't have to be mean to service workers. In my sending stone, I say, also, donkeys, totally visible. Just keep it moving. That part of the night is over.
Is the table arranged in such a way where I could shield Ellis from view from the crowd? Like I have a cape on, and this was part of the reason I wanted to have a cape. Could I gesture with my cape hooked to my arm in such a way that Ellis could hide behind it and shift back to himself right now?
I think, yeah, you all can kind of find yourself in a sort of like quieter corner. There's not as many people. There's like very large curtains hanging, by the side of these like 2-story like windows that lead out into like doorways and out into like the main like deck kind of area. So I imagine you can kind of, with the cape and these curtains, you could make a little spot for Ellis.
I duck underneath your cape and I drop Mask of Many Faces and I come out and I go, hey, if you hear anybody asking about a Carl Gonzalez and how he's an inspiring employee, just give him nothing but praise. He really needs it tonight.
When all this happens, can I just make a check to make sure no one was watching or just kind of, any wandering eyes in our direction?
Sure. Roll a perception check.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, you look around and I think everyone's, they saw the hot meat come out to this cold bed of ice and they're like, oh, new hot meat has come out. Yes. And
you mean
them, like,
Emil and I?
Yes. But yeah, they go over and like immediately people are like, oh, hot meat, we love the hot meat on the cold bed of ice, and they make up little plates of it, and that is now the delicacy of Venzor, everybody. Hot meat on a cold bed of ice.
This city sucks.
They're not a culinary destination.
Life is working on it, but it wasn't in the list. You're so right. It was not in the culture list. But yeah, people are kind of focused on the food. The party's just sort of kicking off still, so I think there's still lots of mingling and people chatting, so they're really distracted. You do see, though, coming from down that hallway, which you assume to be, where the kitchens are and all of that, you do see 2 donkey-headed individuals kind of stumble into the main party area. And you see people are definitely taken aback because it's like there are people definitely in costumes. There's people dressed up like angels and like peacocks and really like extravagant costumes. But there's something about these costumes that are a little bit more like gruesome, perhaps. Or I mean, they're not costumes, right? But they're like, oh, these costumes. Oh, wow, those are really like intense. And you see people sort of reacting to the donkey folk.
We should have maybe given them some cloaks or something. That was a mistake. Perhaps we should find Elizabeth.
It's not our job.
You're right, but I just don't want to distract from what our job is, because if they accomplish their mission before we accomplish ours, I think ours is going to be jeopardized.
Then it sounds like we got to get moving, because I think if we time this right, their mission being completed will be the perfect distraction for ours to be to complete our mission. Speaking of which, where's my girl? And I scan the room to find Elizabeth.
Same.
Go ahead and roll a perception check if you're looking for Elizabeth.
Oh. The dice want me to find. 25.
22.
7. I get distracted by the donkeys.
Sure, of course. I think, Emil, you're looking out and you see lots of people wearing that maroon outfit that Elizabeth described that she was going to wear, like a maroon outfit, maroon mask, all that. And you're like, oh, you're kind of spotting all of them. And you're like, I don't know, though, like, which of these could be her. Like, everyone's wearing a mask. I can't see them up close. I think you, Ellis, you are kind of like looking at each one that they're pointing out. And you're like, that one's got to be Elizabeth. I know. And it's somebody who's kind of like in the middle of, the floor and is mingling with quite a few people.
I got her. Tractor, she's right there. Looks great. She wasn't lying. Okay, cool. So we have her locked down. We know where she's at. I look at Loomis. I'm like, do you just want to... I don't know. Like, I'd hate to make you kind of miss a bulk of the party, but you could potentially sneak out to the garden and kind of post up, maybe? In the shadows?
The whole time. Meaning I don't have to interact with anyone.
Well,
I mean, it's entirely up to you. I just feel like in the best bet, like you are the best at not being seen or noticed.
I mean, I think that's a great idea.
you could also look around out there just to make sure Elizabeth's not walking into a trap. I know this person is the benefactor who's like on her side, but I mean, you may find something out if you just look around.
I would absolutely love not being in this whole chaos inside and just being outside.
If you'd like, Loomis, I can cast invisibility on you too. They're done. As long as but hey, I just want to let you know I got yelled at about hot meat and immediately dropped it. So like. It could be not a good idea, but I mean, now that we're in and now that I'm just vibing and I'm not an employee anymore, thank God. I'm pretty sure I can concentrate pretty good, unless I talk to Elizabeth.
Yes, can I help lead like a mingling our way over and just happen to walk up to Elizabeth and start mingling with her as well?
Sure. Just you or like all three of you?
I think all of us, unless Loomis is trying to go right now.
No, I'd like to go just in the sense of like, because we don't know Elizabeth, right, in this situation.
Correct.
So just like I feel like we're playing, we mean myself and Alice playing the role of Emil showing us who's who, kind of like pointing out things like, oh, that's the so-and-so of Venzor, and this person works here, and blah, blah, blah. And we're just like, oh, okay, cool.
Well, I will say, there is a lot of people wearing, or like most people are wearing masks, so it's hard to kind of point out who they are, I guess, except for you are hearing like pockets of like people talking and introducing themselves. So in that sense, you can pick up who people are, but otherwise a lot of people are mysteries to you. So you walk up to who you all are assuming to be Elizabeth based on Ellis's high perception and I guess deep knowledge of Elizabeth without too much deep knowledge. And you walk up to her and you kind of like make your way through the crowd, and she's mingling with like a few people who then kind of like are like, oh, we heard there's new hot meat at the buffet. We're going to go give it a try, if you will. And Elizabeth's like, yes, please go enjoy the hot meat on the cold bed of ice. And she sees you all approach. Oh, hello?
Hello, my name is Emil Mazak. It's a pleasure to meet you. Your name is?
My name is Hilda Kriesma, and it's a pleasure to meet you, Emil.
Hilda, I put a hand out to shake hers. I've got a coin hidden in it, though, that I want to hand to her as I shake her hand.
Okay. Roll... First, all three of you roll a perception check as you come up to this person who you're assuming to be Elizabeth, but it's hard to say for sure.
Oh, 19.
19.
7.
13.
13. Okay. Loomis and Ellis, you feel pretty confident that this is Elizabeth based on her voice, based on her height, based on her, shape and her hair and all that. And Emil, I think you're kind of like feeling a little maybe blindly confident, like, I'm in my zone. This is it. So you think it's her, but you know, it is her. But, I think there's a little bit of like blind confidence going in with this. But are you trying to like stealth the coin into like her hand?
I am, because it's the coin of minor illusion.
Oh.
And I want it to be showing him an illusion of just like words that say the clock is ticking, like the meeting needs to happen. I think it says something like that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand.
Okay.
I will. Can I say it's nice to meet you as well. Emil is so happy and proud to be here today, and I will cast Bardic Inspiration on him as he does this.
Okay.
That's a D6 or 8?
That should still be a D6.
Okay, so D6. I don't think it's going to help very much, but I will roll it. Okay, yeah. That's a 6 total.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
She's like, thank you, Emil. Thank you for this. Thank you. Okay, we need to work on that, perhaps. Or
sure,
you should perhaps work on your magic tricks or what?
Yeah. My sleight of hand tricks are not too good. I'm working on it. It's kind of like a party favor. Does she see the message?
She does, yeah. I think you kind of like fumble the coin into her hand. She's like, yes, oh, wow, thank you. Nice to meet you as well. Okay, thank you. She like looks at it and gives it back to you. Mm-hmm. And, well, I must run. It's been a pleasure to meet the three of you. I hope maybe we bump into each other again later. But I need to go run to powder my nose, if you will. So hope you have a lovely evening.
Yeah, stop by Venzor's Varieties anytime.
She gives a thumbs up as she's like walking away. And you see that she is making her way kind of like down towards the hallway that would lead to like the restroom sort of area.
When she walks away, can I do a perception check to see if anyone is watching her?
Sure. Go ahead and roll perception.
Nope, that is a natural one.
Damn, dog.
Dice came out to play today. Thank you, Dice.
So that was a 3.
Okay. I'd say that it's really hard to, like, you can't make out people's eyes very well behind all the masks and stuff.
Fair.
So people's heads are kind of like tilting left and right, whether they're looking at Elizabeth or another person. It's hard to say for sure.
Fuck. Do you want to head out to the garden now, and I'll look for someone for us to like, talk to take a walk with?
Yeah, I think that would be best. I don't need the invisibility. I don't want to just randomly show up while I'm hiding. I think my stealth and my cloak will be enough.
Do your thing.
Okay, as Loomis, you make your way out towards sort of like the back of the hall, towards the doors and windows, or not you don't go out through windows, to the doors that lead.
I break a window and just fly.
Woo! Well, it's a goofy night, y'all. It's been a goofy night on the pod recording night. You head to the doors in the back of the hall that lead out towards the garden and like the back balcony that looks out upon it. And all three of you make a perception check as this is happening.
Natural 1.
23.
11.
Ellis, I think you're pretty distracted by just the party and you're like excited to be here. Loomis, I think you do notice this sort of like larger group sort of forming in the middle, and you do notice that there are like guards in the middle of like the area, or not necessarily like a lot of guards. You see like 2 guards sort of like moving along with somebody. And Emil, you recognize that this person who's moving along with these 2 guards is sort of heading towards Lysith Ernok. And you know that the person between the guards is Maiden Vambor, the elven representative for finances and coin here in the city. And you notice that he appears to be being like guarded through the ball as he's here. And I think you also see the donkey-headed folks are now sort of like, they're not very gentle. They're kind of clumsily like moving through the crowd, sort of catching perhaps a sight of Maiden as well.
Oh, shit. Okay. Has Loomis gone, or is Loomis still with us?
I think Loomis has kind of like moved away from y'all, so
Okay.
I'd say you're probably on like still within the hall, not necessarily outside yet,
Yeah.
but not next to y'all.
I'll just whisper into the stone. Loomis, just go ahead. We'll meet you out in the garden.
Heard.
And then I'll nudge Ellis and say, that's Maiden right there. And the person he's approaching is Lysith. The two representatives in the same spot. This could be bad if these donkeys catch up. I know you said it's not our responsibility, but both of them right there together. We need to make a distraction, something to cause a diversion, I think.
I look at Emil and I say, how big a distraction you want?
Something to draw the eyes of those two towards the donkeys. I just want them to see it coming. We don't have to do anything, you and I.
Or how about I take the eyes of the donkeys off of them?
Yeah, absolutely, sure.
Great. I will cast blindness at a 3rd level
Oh, fuck. Okay.
to blind the donkeys.
That's what save?
Constitution saving throw, they have to be a DC 16.
The first one rolls a 25.
Oh, fuck.
The second one rolls a 30.
Silvery barbs.
On the which one? On either one?
Oh, I guess either one.
Either one. That's a 19.
Okay, so they both pass.
Okay.
I think as soon as I see Ellis casting, though, I will start. I'll like grab Ellis and start beelining towards the two of them, like to the spot where they are gonna meet. I want to be there as well.
To where the representatives are?
To where Lysith and Maiden are about to meet up.
Okay. For blindness, deafness, what are the components to that?
Just verbal.
Just verbal? Okay.
I will, just to point of order, the second part of Silvery Barbs, I will give advantage to Emil.
Okay. I imagine you like whisper both these spells under your breath, both of them not really hitting like you wanted them to, and you all kind of squeeze your way through towards the representatives.
Does anyone stop us as I'm gonna try and approach them like in conversation?
In conversation, I think as you get closer, you notice that while there are these like two like uniformed guards, like guards of the Urnok estate, there next to them, you notice that there's also kind of like other bouncer like figures as you get kind of closer, and they do sort of like stop you from getting like really up close, and one of them is like, I'm sorry, unless you have a specific business with Lady Urnok or Sir Vambor, you can't get any closer, I'm sorry.
Oh, but I do, I'll say kind of loud so that they can overhear. Oh, but I do have very specific business with both the representatives that I think they'll want to hear from one of the city's most burgeoning businessmen.
Roll a performance check.
Should I have inspiration, Alex? I have advantage.
You have advantage.
Okay. Performance?
Yes.
Yay. Okay. 17.
17? Okay. I think they definitely overhear you, and they, like they were kind of just saying like pleasantries to each other and sort of like, oh, thanks for coming to the party and blah, blah, blah. And they kind of like definitely overhear you, and you're not like a short man, so you definitely,
Yeah,
like,
and I take my mask off. I fully take my mask off and look at them and say, I know this isn't scheduled, but I'd love to talk to the both of you. I've traveled the continent, and I have some news for you that is of utmost importance.
I think them both kind of Maiden definitely recognizes you, as he like probably knows all of the businessmen and women in the city, and they look to you and they kind of like wave the guards away, like not away, but like are kind of like let them in, and the two of you are kind of allowed into, it's not like a circle, but like you're definitely like given the space to now talk to Lysith and Maiden. Emil Mazak, welcome to the Hallowmoon Ball this evening. You have a proposal for us that you'd like to pitch tonight.
I do. I think you'll want to hear it right away. And maybe not where so many wandering ears might steal the idea right out from underneath us. And I look back to see, like, under the guise of, like, who's listening, but also where are the donkeys?
Okay, roll a perception check.
If I'm right there, can I make a perception check as well?
Yes.
I rolled an 8.
18.
Okay, I think, Emil, you're kind of, like, wooed by the fact you're like, oh, wait a second, I'm actually getting an audience with these two representatives, like, and your attention's kind of focused on them. Ellis, I think, oppositely, you don't really care about this audience, and your eyes are looking out for these donkey folk who are, or like donkey, let's call them donkey demons, because they're not, they're demons. And you see them, like, pushing through, and they're probably, like, 10 to 20 feet away from this now, and they are like actively like pushing. They are making their way.
So this is still happening in the garden, right?
This is in the main hall.
This is in the main hall. Okay.
And you saw, as you were like making your way like towards the garden, you like saw like the guards in the center, so you assumed that there was like someone of importance there. If you want, you can make another perception check to see if you like see anything happening.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I think as I like head to the garden, I'm just like looking around, pretending to look at the flowers and the shrubbery, but just keeping my eye on things.
Sure.
12?
I think you take like one last scan of the hall, and you're like, yeah, I think that's good. Like, there's guards over there. I think that's fine. And you make your way out into the balcony fully and start making your way down into the garden.
Okay.
Back to Ellis.
While Emil is like having this conversation and kind of like drawing attention inward to him and to like the specific scene, I will step away, step towards the donkeys, like kind of just like turn around so my back is to this conversation. And even while they're like 20 feet away, I will cast Charm Person at a second level on them.
So you can do two targets?
So I'm going to target both of them.
Okay.
Again, that is a wisdom saving throw, DC 16.
Okay. First one's 25.
Fuck it.
Damn, dog.
Second one is 10.
Telepathically, because that's how we were communicating, I will tell the one that is charmed, I did y'all a favor, now it's time for you to do me a favor. Just hold off a second.
Roll a persuasion with advantage since you're speaking to the one that's charmed.
That is a 24.
Okay. You see them, like, both of them look at you, and one of them's, like, brows sort of furrowed, like, stop. Like, we don't owe you anything. Like, whatever. Like, that's kind of not the deal, whatever. And then the charmed one, you just see remember they have lobster claws? You see its lobster claws just grab the shoulder of the other one and like look at it and nod its head, and they just sort of like pat it on the shoulder, and they just stop like 20 feet away. They're not like aggressively pushing through, they're just kind of like staring at each other, and you assume that they're like telepathically communicating, but they haven't allowed you into this conversation that they're having.
My brother in Christ, we must be patient.
Now is not the time. I will use my sending stone while my back is still turned to whisper to Emil, and I'm like, I've given you a small fucking window. You need to move now.
So what do you say? This is a very lucrative idea. I think you'd really want to be on the ground floor. And you know I don't shoot my shot unless I'm going to fucking hit. Oh, sorry. Pardon the language.
Did you roll a persuasion check on this
not.
yet? Okay. Roll a persuasion check to see if you can shift the group to the garden.
Oh, jeez. My persuasion. Just very low. Okay. A 15.
Well, Emil, I must say, we love to hear these. We don't often get to interface with you or other business folk, or I certainly don't get to interface with other business folk all the time. So, sure, Maiden, shall we all go out towards, at least towards the balcony? I don't know if I can quite commit to the gardens as I need to continue to mingle shortly afterwards. But
of course. Sounds good.
Let us hear your proposal, Emil. And Maiden kind of nods. He's an older elf, so he kind of like few on words. Not that he's like decrepit or anything, but he's old, and he's like, yes, I look forward to hearing this proposal, Emil. Let us make our way. And you see like the bouncers and the guards and this kind of like group sort of moves behind you all while the three of you sort of like walk forward. But this small pack is starting to make their way towards the balcony. They've decided to give you a little window of time of day.
Okay.
I am not going with Emil.
Okay.
I'm kind of like staying put and concentrating on charm person and not interacting with fucking anybody.
Okay. Yeah, I imagine you're just like drinking like aggressively and just like glaring at the donkey demons.
I'm also really quick. I saw Elizabeth go outside, right?
Yes, she eventually.
Elizabeth made her way to the garden.
Roll a perception check on that one.
12 plus 7, 19.
Okay. Yeah, you saw she had gone over to the restroom to powder her nose, if you will, to sort of keep that up. And you eventually see her sort of like grab a little canapé and make her way out towards the garden.
Great. So I'm just making sure everybody I know at this party is clocked and I know where they are.
Yes, they are all now on the balcony outside while you are inside with these demons. You have about a minute. Is that right on Charm Person?
Charm Person lasts an hour.
An hour?
Yes.
Fascinating.
Yes.
Yeah, you are just laser focused on concentrating on that. We'll jump to Emil.
All right. As I move with them outside, I say, well, I've been around the continent, and the whole time I was wishing I could have been here. Lysith, this ball is a reminder of why I love Venzor so much. Maiden, my business has grown from just me in a stall to the wonderful storefront it is today, and so I don't back businesses lightly. I have a friend I've made. His name is Loomis. He's like 300 years old, and he had this brilliant idea at dinner the other day, and I tell him all about Venzor's villagers. How often is there that you need to be somewhere, but you also need to be somewhere else, and you'd really love a stand-in? Alternatively, we could call the business, because it's going to be magicians using disguise self. We could call it Disguise Self, but that's just, that's just like a fun name if you want, it could be like the...
God, that's so good.
Well,
that's so good.
So just a thought, but this could be, an elite package, something we offer exclusively to those who need to be somewhere, but, are willing to pay just a little bit of gold to not have to actually be there. What do you think? Are we on the balcony at this point?
Yes,
Outside?
You're on the balcony at this point. Go ahead and roll, I guess another performance as you're kind of pitching them.
Oh, geez.
Business check. He gets advantage because he's a business owner.
Performance? Oh, I fucking shit you not. A natural 20 for a 21.
Okay.
Taiwan.
Pew, 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 pew. I think they look at you. Their eyes kind of perk up, and as behind their masks and stuff, and they look at you. I must say, Emil, there are definitely meetings and things that I don't want to be at. So having somebody basically allow me be at two places at once sounds. Is that what? Am I getting that right? To be at two places at once?
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be deceptive. Sometimes sending a proxy just doesn't serve the right message. Your presence in the room, Lysith, or your presence in the room, Maiden, they never know if it's the real you or not. That person, that proxy, could deliver all the information to you, but attend as you while you do whatever it is you need to do with your time.
And this is convincing. Like, for sure, people won't see through the disguises. They'll know it's us, and And will this get into sort of problems where people will then know about the business and know it's at risk that a proxy might be sent?
Well, there is some risk there. It's going to take some upfront. This is why I wanted to come to you here tonight, is because this will take some upfront work and payment to make sure we're getting the right magicians and people who can be discreet and people who can cast well and cast strong.
I'm not against this idea, Emil, and I think if you can get together a proper business proposal and send it over to my office, we could probably get sort of a council together to see if this is something we could fund. If it's interesting to the two of us, who are just some of the representatives here, I'm sure some of the higher-ups in the Citrine delegation or others around the city would also be interested in such a thing. But I think we'll need a proper business proposal and business plan, strategy, all of that.
Absolutely, I can do that. Absolutely. And I'll like press down the button or whatever on the sending stone while I say this next part. I'll say, I'm so happy to hear you say you're interested. If you're interested in that one, you're going to love what I have to say next. Maybe we should stay here on the balcony for another round. What do you think?
Roll a persuasion check.
I'm doing whatever I can to keep them out here so that I can see the garden from the balcony. Yes, I'm just not close. All right.
Yeah.
Is this so? This you've opened the sending stone?
Yes.
I'll just whisper into the sending stone, and I'm say, "You're doing great, bud. You got this." And I will give you another bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Is that how it works?
Today, yes.
This is persuasion?
Yes.
7 plus 5, 12.
12. I'm so sorry, Emil. I mean, lovely idea, and I'd love to continue to talk to you, but unfortunately we must continue going out and mingling with others. But it's been a pleasure, and they both kind of like extend their hands to you, and we definitely look forward to hearing more about this business proposal that you have.
I'll shake each of their hands, and I say, I really appreciate the time. As always, appreciate the party. Kara sends her regards.
Yes.
Maiden, I'm not used to seeing you with, out in the public at all, but also with so many guards. Everything okay?
Oh, it's just a little extra security for tonight. You just, things happen. I guess with the recent assassination of Elman Marguerite, we just want to be precautious, is all.
Oh yes, I was there.
You were.
Yeah, I have all the gory details. I plan on spending my time out here for a little longer if you want to hear the story.
Roll a... I think they're like, did he murder Elman? Like, there's a little level of like, oh God, like, why is he like kind of announcing that so proudly almost? So, I don't know what to...
I sense a disadvantage coming.
I guess roll persuasion with disadvantage? Yeah, I don't really know.
This is like my second attempt to keep them to stay, so.
Yeah.
Ugh, a 10.
Oh, no, I think we're going to go now, Emil. Thank you so much, though, and we'll definitely be in contact with you.
It's been lovely. Have a good night inside, I say, my sending stone still.
Immediately, like, the bouncers and, like, the guards are kind of, like, create a wall between you and them, and they start to kind of make their way back inside.
You keep him safe, I say.
As all of this was happening, Loomis, you're kind of on, like, the far side of the balcony, sort of just looking out into the gardens when you see Elizabeth make her way down the stairs towards the gardens. Go ahead and roll a perception check as you see... her making her way down.
18.
You spot that she kind of lingers and sort of like looking at like some rose bushes and flowers and sort of examining them when a dwarven man comes up to her. He has braided red hair and a large beard that's protruding under his mask. He has a simple black suit, like all black shirt, black suit. And he has a smooth black mask with this red beard protruding out from underneath it. And with an 18, you notice that they're talking for a little bit. You don't notice anything. Like, you don't see any exchange or anything. But after about like 10 minutes or so, he kind of like walks her over to it's like a fountain, and they sit down there before he eventually like kisses her on the hand and makes his way back inside, while Elizabeth sort of like lingers by the fountain, sort of like looking into the waters.
Okay, what I'd like to do first is activate the sending stone, however we're doing that, and relay that information that just guy with red hair, red beard, wearing all black. Just keep eyes on them. The beard is protruding from the mask.
I'll say in the stone as well. Ellis, we've done all we can for the reps. They're on their own. You wanna find that guy? I'm keeping eyes on Loomis.
Yeah, I got it. I will maintain charm person. Telepathically to the other donkey that isn't charmed, I will telepathically tell them, look, I get that you're on a fucking quest to kill this guy. I get it. I want you to do it. He is surrounded by guards. You get one chance at this. If you don't wait, I'm serious, wait until the perfect time. They will stop you, and your souls will never be free from the Noxus. Wait.
Okay, roll a... are you doing intimidation or persuasion?
I am like begging. I'm trying to plead them.
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
Okay. Roll with advantage since you brought up the Nanoxus like in the soul thing.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. I think you can hear kind of like breathing in your like head as they seem to kind of be like they've had a temper this time, like this whole time, or we're kind of like hyper focused, and you can kind of sense them like breathing and sort of slowing their breathing a little bit. When will be our time then?
You want to be able to get to him when you can actually get to him. He is surrounded by guards. You need to keep an eye on him. You need to... It might not be during the party. You should probably wait until the party starts to die down a little bit.
I'm trying to think, because they're not incredibly smart, but they're not dumb either. But I'm trying to think, like, what would the check be here to be like, be strategic? Let me have them do, like, an intelligence check to kind of see if they're, like, okay, like, accepting the information.
A processing check.
Right. That's a 3? I want to get to him now. And you see the other ones, like Lobster Hand is on its chest and it's like, with time, brother. With time. I guess they don't have genders, but they kind of know genders. So, with time, sister. With time.
Telepathically to the one that is charmed, I will say, you need to be patient. Hold him back. And I, at that point, I will send to Emil and Loomis, and I said, I've done all I can for them. Emil, you should get the fuck out of there. I'm gonna tail this redhead.
I want to watch it. I want to watch Loomis. I can see Loomis from up here, right?
Yes.
Loomis, do you think you're okay? Do you think that was the exchange?
No, nothing was handed off. He just kissed her hand. And I say that into our sending stone.
I'm just gonna wait. I think I'm okay out here.
Because, Becky, I'm still at the top, right? Like, I'm peering over and looking at where Elizabeth is, right?
Yes. And it's not, you didn't see an exchange happen. You don't know whether it happened or not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
From your perspective, though, you could not, like, confirm nor deny whether that happened.
Okay.
Okay, to the donkey demons here, the charmed one is going to also process the information that you said, and we'll see what happens with advantage, because they are charmed. That's a 10. They hear, you said, I think, you need to hold them back. And so they immediately are going to try and grapple their friend.
Great. Excellent.
Okay, they're going to roll a contested strength contest against each other. So this is for the grappler. Okay, that was real good. And this is for the one being grappled. That's not as good. So the charmed one immediately is like, I'm so sorry, sister. And takes its lobster claws and gives like a big bear hug and is going to grapple them to the ground. Immediately, like, the crowd around them, like, is like, oh my god, like, oh shit. Like, you hear, like, yells and kind of, like, screams a little bit as a large circle kind of forms around them, and they sort of begin, I guess, wrestling on the ground a little bit, as one of them's just being caught off guard by the fact that they got grappled by the other one. And that is where we'll end tonight.
Fuck.
This is the first time in my years of playing Dungeons and Dragons that I've ever like cast spells. Like, I'm not a spellcaster predominantly, but like to cast spells for like situational based things.
Mm-hmm. It's hard.
Way more stressful than
yeah,
somebody
it's so
with
stressful.
It's hard to, as like a DM, to set up or it's like hard to encourage you as like players to be like, if you want to use spells like out of combat, like feel free, but it's sort of like hard to create the situations in which you feel like, I need to do this.
Well, I mean, it's just like, cool, yeah, I have charm person, blah blah blah, but like shit could just go wrong. It's just like, it's so much more definite being like, I cast burning hands.
Right.
I'm trying to kill.
I swing my damn axe.
So as this one charmed donkey demon grapples the other donkey demon to the ground, I think it's safe to say things could get dicey.
Get donkey. Okay.
Oh. Shit!
Name of the episode.
Oh my god, absolutely.
Oh man, y'all, we're at a ball and I didn't even get to dance. What's the point? Shit broke down before I could dance. Thank you for joining us at the ball. Hope you wore your best black tie affair outfits. You could also follow along on socials at TCGDpod on TikTok and Instagram. We got a lot of stuff going on right now. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for listening. Join us for our next episode on Wednesday, February 21st. See you next time.